Imagine a gospel written by Jesus' closest friends, a gospel that tells a different story than the one you know. Now imagine that gospel being locked away, hidden for centuries. Why? Because it reveals a truth that could shake the very foundation of the church. Today, we explore the lost gospels the Vatican refuses to acknowledge. Grab your seat, because what you're about to hear is not what you were taught in Sunday school. The term lost gospels refers to ancient texts that were excluded from the official Bible. These writings were often authored in the same era as Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and some claim to come from the apostles themselves. But unlike the four accepted gospels, these texts offer alternative views of Jesus, his teachings, and even his relationship with other disciples. So why weren't they included in the Bible? The process of canonization, deciding what went into the Bible, wasn't based solely on truth. It was political. Around 300 years after Jesus' death, church leaders decided which books would shape the faith and which ones were too dangerous to be known. The Gospel of Thomas is perhaps the most famous lost gospel. Discovered in 1945 in Egypt, it contains 114 sayings of Jesus, many of which are not found in the Bible. One striking difference: there are no miracles, no crucifixion, no resurrection. Instead, Jesus speaks about self-discovery and divine knowledge within us. Quote, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you." This gospel hints that salvation doesn't come from the church, but from within yourself. That was a dangerous idea in a time when the church was trying to solidify control. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene presents another version of early Christianity, one where Mary is not a prostitute, but a leader among the disciples. In this gospel, Peter questions why Jesus spoke to Mary more than the other disciples. Her gospel shows Jesus giving her secret teachings, mystical messages about the soul, heaven, and the illusion of death. The church, which operated in a patriarchal structure, may have found this too radical. After all, what would it mean if a woman was the true successor of Christ? The Gospel of Mary threatens long-held power structures. So why did the early church reject these gospels? It comes down to three words: control, power, unity. In the 4th century, Emperor Constantine legalized Christianity in the Roman Empire, but in return, he wanted one unified doctrine. The Council of Nicaea in 325 AD helped solidify Christian beliefs. Anything outside the chosen gospels was labeled heresy. Many lost texts were burned. Others were hidden by monks or buried in the desert. The Vatican may not openly acknowledge these gospels, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. Another shocking text is the Gospel of Judas, discovered in the 1970s and revealed to the world in 2006. It flips the story of betrayal on its head. In this version, Judas isn't the villain, he's the chosen one. Jesus tells Judas to betray him not out of evil, but to help fulfill a divine plan. This gospel challenges everything we've been taught about good and evil. It's not a comfortable read, and that might be exactly why it was buried. Many scholars believe the Vatican holds more lost texts deep within the Vatican's secret archives, a library that stretches for miles. While some documents have been released, others remain locked. Why? Are they too controversial? Do they contradict Catholic dogma? Or is it simply too dangerous to show a different image of Jesus than the one we've known for 2,000 years? These lost gospels don't necessarily prove the Bible is wrong. Instead, they show that Christianity was never one voice, but many. Different communities, different beliefs, all centered around the same man, Jesus. And maybe, just maybe, the truth of his message is bigger than any one book. The church may have buried the lost gospels, but history has a way of digging itself back up. What other truths remain hidden? If you want to go deeper into the mysteries of the church, Vatican history, and forbidden Catholic knowledge, hit that subscribe button. This is just the beginning.